So we're going towards the mountains, aren't we? So I don't know which way we wanted to go.
Do we want to go to the mountains southeast? Or
Went to the mountains northeast previous time.
We're actually more over this way, over that way, past the...
Oh, okay.
Because basically we crossed the river and then we kind of went down the shoreline, didn't we? Towards that cave. We didn't really go near the mountains, but the thing is, if we went to the mountains over here, at some point there's going to be a river crossing. So I think Brandon would advocate going for the mountains over here just because the terrain is hopefully... Well, we don't really have to ford it.
Close to the big terrorbird nest.
So I guess we just weigh up the risks, like what would we rather do? Because I mean, I think we were actually fine with the river crossing, weren't we? Once we had the cart, come to think of it.
I didn't seem bother doing it on the way back.
And actually, no, on the way back we did do it, but we just made it a joke because Brandon and Moyle were kind of pretending to play with each other underneath the blanket, and David just forded the river in hope that it would... Either we make it past the river or we drown. Either way, he's winning, I believe, was...
Win-win for me. You know, that actually does sound like something I would have.
Yeah. That is what you said. Which was reasonable in that situation.
Is there a side we haven't gone to?
North.
Shall we go north?
I would rather go to this mountain range.
We should go to a mountain range which is closer, because if we need to retreat, we don't want to be traveling an unreasonable distance.
This mountain range looks interesting to me. I like its location. Because it's close to water, which allows a lot of crazy minerals sometimes to appear.
There are things in the water, though, as we recently learned.
Fuck.
Well,
These are just happy plesiosaurs, don't worry. It's not gonna be a mean thing.
My vote personally would be for the mountains over here, but if you guys want to go south, that's up to you. I won't argue.
My vote's also for the mountains here.
Were we looking for minerals or were we looking for Quithic nest?
They're both, to be honest.
What I wanted to say is if we want to go for a mineral-rich place and might find iron, I would suggest south. Because it would seep into the river, could use the lodestones.
That's a fairly good point, because I think whilst we're out here, if we can find some stuff for the forge, that would save us a trip later. But then again, we are probably going to be coming outside a few times whilst we're here. So
another tip is, whilst we move, maybe look for smoke or geysers.
Geysers. You want to look for silver.
Well, I need sulfur and
spices.
sparklino.
Yeah. If you want mineral rich, go towards the river. If you want sulfur, find warm places. If we want just crithics, then the closest mountain should be fine. But we said we want minerals and crithics, so southeast is my advice.
Honestly, bearing that in mind, I think I am being swayed towards the south just purely for getting more stuff at once. But we could always come out again. It depends on if you guys want to do this more than once.
I could do this basically every 3 days if we want to keep the Clara flowers growing in my absence.
Is there any particular objections going south? Or is it just that the mountains over here are, just land-based? Does David really have a preference one way or the other, or is it just what the others want to do?
No preference.
Okay. Well, maybe go south just because it's nearer then.
And we've traveled this path before. It was at the other side of the river, so we kind of know what to expect.
I mean, this is it. It's like, Dominguez is dangerous wherever we go. Because the thing is, we're going to be going across open plains, going in either direction. We've decided to go south.
Just move your character appropriately.
How many things can we move?
So be block per hour.
So 3 blocks.
So 1, 2, 3.
Oh, actually, David, that's something I wanted to ask you. Have you pulled any patches off your robe recently? Some of that stuff might actually be quite handy for coming up here. I mean, up to you, obviously, but at some points I could do with...
What is it that you want? A coffer?
I need a gem specifically. You mentioned you could make gems with it, right?
Yeah, it's a small chance. Preferably I want to do it in the greenhouse in case I do get a door, so I can also just use that instead of...
Okay, I mean, we can do it.
Some things that are just...
Okay, but what if you get like a stupid boat and now I have a boat stuck there?
Then you have a boat stuck there.
I mean, you could turn it into a bed.
Why would I want a bed? And we can make it a wooden bathtub.
Well, I mean, you could kind of like put your blankets all in it and you can kind of like snuggle into it and kind of like burrito yourself in it.
It does sound good, but I don't think it's good for my back because I would be all curled up.
I guess worst case scenario, we could take it apart for the lumber.
Yeah.
You know, I'm actually tempted to... I'm just going to ask you guys' opinion. When I was looking through the stuff to show Moira, you know, like the Find Familiar spell, I noticed we actually have 3 of the scrolls. I'm kind of half tempted to use one.
The one yourself?
Yeah.
Feel free.
Obviously, since it's a limited resource, I wanted to ask you guys if it was okay if I did that beforehand.
I think the others have a way to connect to their familiar, so we might not need a scroll. And those who can learn it have learned it.
Pretty much. There'd still be 2 left over anyway. And if push comes to shove, I could study the scroll myself.
Or I can write down the scroll, so he knows the spell now.
That would actually be a nice learning activity. I'd just show you how to scribe the spells that you know of.
We could do it together, because I wanted Kara's help with learning her spells. So.
Yeah. But yeah, that'll be a task for another day. So yeah, I'm going to use one of these and get myself a little animal body.
And what are you going for?
I've got to be honest, out of game, I was thinking of going for an owl, but I know Moira wants an owl, and she might get upset with me if I take her idea.
That is sensible.
What other...
Animal would
I think Brandon
fit
would...
Brandon.
Brandon would want something that would fly, I think.
I think a raven.
Yeah,
A
a
raven
raven...
is often seen as an omen, which fits his current aesthetic. Misunderstood because of the look. A tool user, smart, intelligent, sleek. I think a raven fits.
Yeah, I think a raven would.
If you have lots of them, they're called a murder.
Yeah.
And they can mimic voices. They can sing with you.
That's actually hilarious. Okay, so when we do the duets, I'm basically going to have to record both parts and just overlay the second voice as the ravens. Okay, that's actually a pretty funny double act.
So confirmed, Brandon is now a Disney princess.
Borrow one of the dresses.
We got the next advertisement.
We're about to put makeup on him anyway, so.
In the somewhat near future. Okay, so yeah, Brandon is going to use a Find Familiar scroll. Spend 1 hour summoning. First of all, get himself Raven Familiar.
You hold up the scroll, little circle appears in the air. From it, a small raven darts out, flapping around, coming around you and sitting onto your shoulder. The raven has faintly blue tips to its feathers. Looks towards you with yellow eyes. Blink, blink.
Okay, and you, my little friend, shall be known as Edgar.
Edgar?
Yes.
Edgar Allan Poe, I like it.
Yeah, that's what I was going for. I know things.
Yeah.
So,
We'll look at you, Brandon, and you hear in your head, I accept this name.
I didn't realize that you could talk. That is powerful.
I can communicate telepathically with those who summon me.
I'm sure that this is the start of a mutually beneficial relationship.
I regret being summoned for you.
That's fine. That's how everyone feels at first, but I'll grow on you, I promise.
Do we hear him talking or is he just thinking?
I think he'll be telepathic if it says telepathic.
So it's just a case of just looking at each other.
When Brandon speaks, he mimics raven noises.
The thing is, though, John of all people is in no position to criticize.
Yeah, that's why I ask. I just talk to an inanimate floating spirit.
As my new master, what are your biddings?
Well, generally, probably to help us scout environment, relay information back, and to aid in combat by way of a distraction from a safe distance.
So you want me to constantly fly around, occasionally make lots of noise, basically allow you to rest and sleep and be lazy whilst I do all the work.
As I said, it'd be a mutually beneficial relationship, so if you have any input on how you would like to be utilized, I'm free to suggestions.
I would like to sit on your head.
That's absolutely fine with me.
Merely go straight into your head. I would now like to be fed grapes.
John, do we have any grapes?
Oh yeah, in the greenhouse. Which grapes? The mouse grapes or actual grapes?
Just like regular grapes. Do you happen to have any on your person right now?
No, I keep everything there.
Can Edgar just understand common generally, being a familiar? Probably a decent question to answer now.
It only really says that you can communicate with it telepathically. It doesn't specify language.
Okay, in that case, Brandon would telepathically speak back to Edgar and say, we have grapes at home, but unfortunately, I started the ritual to summon you after we left.
So you trapped me out here with no sustenance.
I didn't trap you out here deliberately, I just summoned you whilst... No, also, you're a familiar spirit. Do you actually need to eat, or do you just eat for the pleasure of it?
His beak goes slack and open. Dare insinuate as I do not partake of the carnal pleasure of food. Really know if I can eat it in this form, but it would deny me?
I am not insinuating anything. My question is only if you need to eat food in order to survive, not that I'm unwilling to give you food. I've only ever known one other familiar, so my experience is limited, so anything you can say to enlighten me on the subject would be very helpful, because I do genuinely want us to be as good of friends as we can.
I can't really taste, but I like how they squish.
I tell you what, we might not find much out here, but when we stop, perhaps we could look around and see if there's anything similar nearby.
That would be acceptable for now.
We have plenty of delicious things back at home, it's just the timing is unfortunate, so if you'd be willing to wait, I would be more than happy to allow you to partake of grapes, but, you know, there's some things in this environment that might actually be quite exotic. It's rare to be on a world that's as unspoiled and as abundant with resources as this, so you might actually find something quite unusual.
It lifts up its head and looks around. Bird corpse over there. I could squish a bit, I suppose.
You said that you don't know if you can eat in this form, so you imply that you've been in different forms before.
Yes.
What was your previous form, just out of pure curiosity?
A hydra.
Oh wow. How did you go from being a hydra to being such a different animal?
I don't want to talk about it.
Oh, fair enough. Sorry, I didn't realise it was a touchy subject. I just wondered if these sorts of things were random. Actually, can you, the person who takes care of us, well, doesn't take care of us, I suppose, employed us, kidnapped us, yeah. His familiar can change forms at will. Is that something that you're able to do?
No.
Maybe that's something that you might be able to learn how to do, considering they can do it.
Maybe eventually. I don't want to talk about that.
Okay. I'll drop the subject. Well, as I've not said already, my name is Brandon, and I am very pleased to meet your acquaintance, Edgar.
Thank you.
Did you need grapes?
Throughout this, all
You've
of
been staring for 3 minutes.
he's staring, he's been moving as if talking, but not actually talking at all, like moving his head every now and shrugging his shoulders.
That's it. If you needed the grapes or not, you just been staring, Brandon.
He did. Brandon did say to. Actually, did he? I thought he said.
No, you just said you asked if it spoke English, and you dropped the conversation with me.
So basically, okay. So in that case, Brandon will eventually realize. Oh, John, I'm really sorry. So I guess. Yeah. So Edgar would like grapes. Or some kind of. Although then again, no. Brandon did ask if you had anything, if you had any grapes in the, like, with you on your person.
With me.
Yeah, he did actually ask if you had it on your person.
Yeah, I have mouse head grapes with me, but they turn into mouse.
Do you have anything?
What happens if you eat them?
I think I could just want to
Edible?
eat something that's squishy. Do you have anything that's squishy?
I have anything that's squishy. Let me check. Baby, don't hurt me. I have raspberries.
Okay. Do you mind if I have a couple, just see if Edgar likes them?
I will give you 5 raspberries.
Okay. So Brandon will take the raspberries, hold them in his palm, and say,
Do you
Edgar.
talk to it or just look at it? Like, what the fuck are you doing, actually? You just look at it.
It's what you do with your familiar, right? So though you talk out loud for some reason. Yeah, we've got a telepathic connection.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what we're doing.
That's how it works. If I just talk in my head, it hears me.
I think it's just between us. Actually, Brandon will ask Edgar telepathically. Can others be set up to share a telepathic bond, or is that just between you and I?
It's just set up between myself and my summoner.
Yeah, just between me and Edgar.
But
Summoner,
if I talk
summoning.
in my head, I can talk to Amadeus.
Oh, I guess because it's part of your spirit, it's a bit different, as opposed to me who summoned Edgar with a spell.
Talking about all this speaking to this creature in my head, I know I shouldn't be surprised, but just in case you guys are aware, it does sound bonkers.
David, everything that's happened to us over the last month is bonkers. Is this really where you consider...
Draw the line.
Is this where it goes beyond the pale for you?
No, I just, as an outsider who doesn't speak to the voices in my head.
No, you just visit them in a library. That's like completely normal. And you get let them
visit
over your
them
body.
and then speak to them normally.
Yeah, and then you let the voice you meet in your dreams take over your body, so you can draw all over the paper.
There's no voice. He has a body.
I don't know if it's real or it's just a dream, and you're spacing out, bro.
I then met him.
Wait.
But anyway, love, you've actually studied the spell. I imagine all of this is covered in what you studied about the telepathic connection, the type of animal that you get, like what it can do, so forth.
Yeah, more or less. Basically, you can talk in your mind to your companion, you can see through their eyes. You effectively found a little bit of a contract, and if they disappear, then they might be able to come again, they might not. It depends, it's up to them.
So Brandon will hold the raspberries in his palm and say, Edgar, my friend actually has a few of these raspberries on them. Do you want to try these? See if they're to your liking? I imagine they go squish.
Tilts his head from side to side, looking them side on. Flutters down to your hand, takes one of them in its beak, squishes. You see his beak go back and forth.
What do you think?
They're not grapes, but they are satisfactory for now. With that, he grabs you ones and flies back up onto your head.
Just feel free to eat these, and you can have some more later if you like.
You can feel juice dripping down your horns.
Brandon doesn't mind. He's just happy that his new bird friend is happy-ish.
I am sated for now.
Wonderful. Let me know if you want any more later. Or if anything else catches your eye, I suppose.
I will, master.
Oh, did you like them?
Yeah, I think they still prefer grapes, but they enjoy them. Would it be okay if he has some more later if they're hungry again?
That's alright.
Your familiar gets hungry?
Not as such. I think they just enjoy eating. I guess it's a little bit like mouse, isn't it? Like, they don't need to
Mouse
eat.
doesn't need to eat.
Yeah, but they still
don't
like.
need to eat.
But they still
But
like
Fred
eating.
And Bella, Luna, a Splinter, they all eat.
Oh, also, fun fact, apparently these familiars can change forms. They can't shapeshift like mouse, apparently, but there used to be a Hydra at one point.
Why is it a raven?
They
Can it
don't.
turn into Hydra again?
No, and apparently they don't want to talk about it.
Did you turn them into a raven by summoning them like this?
I don't know. They asked me not to ask about it, so I'm respecting their wishes.
It doesn't understand me, right?
It does not.
It's just a telepathic connection.
I'm going to say that it understands you when you speak because you effectively think what you're speaking.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Okay, tell him we like its presence here and he's welcome.
Yeah, of course. My friends appreciate your presence here also, Edgar.
Why does that one stink of rats?
A funny story, actually. They came across a rat in the... we travel between worlds, incidentally. I'll explain all of this in due course. But essentially, they came across the rat, formed a bond with it. The goddess, through some unknown means, turned it into a sentient creature which now has humanoid qualities and acts as my friend's familiar. They're not with us at the moment, though. That answers your question, I hope.
I have so many.
Many more questions. Yeah, that's fair enough. Well, I mean, feel free to ask as many as you like. I can try and explain as best as I can.
So for the next couple of hours, it's effectively going to be asking you for what the hell is going on. And I'm assuming you're given an abridged history over that time.
Yeah, can Brandon do any study during that time, or is it going to be fully dedicated to that?
I'm probably going to say this is going to be fully dedicated to that.
For the roleplay, yeah, he'll do that. Brandon would have spent 1 hour summoning Edgar, wouldn't he? And then another 2 hours talking. So what's everyone else doing in that 3 hour period? Moira's driving the cart. What's John and David doing?
My last half hour into Poisoned Seas,
Okay, and now you know that spell.
and then the remaining 2.5 hours into Silence.
Okay. David, what are you doing?
For the first half hour, he would have taken a short rest, just to get the spell slots back after summoning Fred.
Okay.
And then he would start carving on that wand. I
Okay.
don't know how long that takes. If it takes an hour,
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
then the remaining 1.5 hours. Continue reading my book.
Alchemy Genius, yeah. Brandon would probably ask Moira to do the spider totem since she did it last time. Okay, so after all of that, it's now 1 o'clock in the afternoon.